So yes, let's look at key two indicators. I want to zero in on these two indicators because they are very, very critical. Not that there are no other critical indicators, but I'm interested in looking at Global Innovation Index. The Global Innovation Index shows the prolific nature of innovation that a country is undertaking. And it also speaks to the capability of a country to generate new products and services which can compete on the global market. So yes, this is where we are. When we look at the Global Innovation Index, these are the top ranked countries that compete at that level. And you are looking at the United States, you are looking at Singapore, China, Hong Kong, down up to Iceland. These are the outputs which they produce out of innovation that they undertake. And the amazing thing is where you have got a small country such as Singapore taking almost a position which is quite high, which is third position in terms of outputs. The question now is, how has Singapore done it to be able to be there? I did a thorough research of Singapore in terms of how it transformed from a poor country into an Asian tiger, one of the Asian tigers. What they did was simply to disrupt the kind of education system which was there in the past, previously, when they attained independence around the 60s. And then they started redesigning their education system, putting layers of skills that they would require in terms of alignment with the 25-year economic growth plans which they put in place. And they've done a splendid job. Ever since, they have been exporting lead researchers in science and development, particularly in the medical field. At any given time, they have between 3,500, 4,500, and so on, lead in researchers outside who are producing patents, who are producing solutions such as medical cure, and so on and so forth. And that is a critical position which has actually driven them to that high position to compete with global powers such as the United States and China. Now, let's look at some 10 best ranked economies in terms of that. You have this group, which is group 1, where there is no African country at all. You also look at this group, and here you see Mauritius taking a very strong position simply because they are also redesigning their education system and focusing on STEM programs so that they can contribute highly to their economic development. The others, as you can see, they are lowly placed, including most of our countries here. Now, if we look closer at home, this is where we are. In terms of the rank, those that are ranked in the top 80, you have only Mauritius and South Africa. The rest fall under these categories, meaning that we are not at the table where innovation is being discussed and decided upon. What it means is that your future, which is based on innovations that are done today, is kind of contracted or subcontracted to other people to make decisions for you and I.